Thank you very much for being here, everybody. Thank you. Cheers, Asheville. Have a seat, relax. Everyone be comfortable. Well, I haven't been here in a while, but I knew I was overdue. There's only one person I could think of that Asheville wanted to see way more than me. Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg is Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Yep, it's been a terrible, terrible year. Get that bitch out of my face! Oh, she drives me nuts. How dare they import an angry white woman from Sweden? We got plenty of angry white bitches here. We don't need you, Greta Thunberg. All she's doing is skipping school. I used to skip school too, nigga. I never attached a cause to it. Every time she talks, I roll my eyes, like Jeopardy. I'll take things that black people don't give a fuck about for $1,000. What is everything Greta Thunberg is saying? She's right, but you know what I mean? She make it seem like, well, you can relax. I tell you what, every show, without fail, there's always a white girl on the balcony making them kinds of noises. I feel like it's the same bitch in every city. I don't know what. Who is this bitch screaming like that? That has nothing to do with what anyone's talking about. Greta Thunberg. They don't seem serious. She's like a mascot. After Greta Thunberg is done speaking, a kangaroo in a t-shirt is going to come up and talk about Black Lives Matter. Well, bring out that motherfucking kangaroo. Fuck this bitch. How old are you, Greta Thunberg? What? 16? Get out of here. This is America. We're going to let R. Kelly out of jail and he's going to pee on you. There's a brand new Zika outbreak. That's right, Zika's back. Zika one time fucked up one of my vacations. I was supposed to go to Miami, and my friend who was the doctor was having a bachelor party. And then the day before the trip, this nigga calls me up like, "Trip's canceled, Dave. There's a Zika outbreak in Miami." And I wasn't hip. I was like, "Zika? What the fuck is that?" He said, "It's new VD." I said, "They made a VD that's named after a black woman?" I do know a bitch named Zika. He says, "It's also transferred by mosquitoes." I said, "What? A VD that's transferred by mosquitoes?" He goes, "It's terrible." I go, "What does it do?" It's just, it makes women have babies with incredibly small heads. It's tragic. I unpacked my rubbers and went to Miami anyway. So this is the least consequential VD I've ever heard of. Wait a minute, it doesn't do anything to me? No, just a small-headed baby. I'll take it. I'm fucking everybody raw. No rubbers, no nothing. If I get a girl pregnant, who gives a fuck? She'll be like, David, this is your baby. Not with that little head, is it? Thank you, 𝐃𝐚𝐯𝐞. Maybe Zika's just what this country needs. Maybe God is saving America with Zika. Think about it. There'll be no more racism, no more black, no more white, just big heads and little heads. You'll be out of the club. Get out of here, you little head motherfucker. You know, I don't know much about politics. And I do know this fella, Donald Trump. He's in quite the pickle. Oh, this thing's in trouble this time, trust me. I read the transcripts of that phone call. Trump didn't lie. That was a perfect phone call. Turns out Donald Trump speaks fluent extortion. I don't know shit about politics, but I know about getting extorted. That's exactly what those phone calls sound like. Like a bunch of nice shit. It's like if you were in Hollywood and a fella comes up to you and goes, you know what? I think you got a great look for this business. Not only that, I've seen your work around town, and I think you're very talented. If you let me, I'd like to use my enormous resources and connections to make you the big star that we both know you should be. Sounds like he's saying something nice, doesn't it? But if he has his dick out when he says it, that's what we call a quid pro quo. Right. He never says suck the dick, but you know what to do when you see it in your face, don't you? It sounds like the president has his dick out on the phone. He's in trouble, but he's not in trouble. I can close my eyes and see the playbook. Congress files articles of impeachment. The Senate tries him and acquits him. His base is fucking rattled up and ready to go, and Trump wins 2020. Oh, Democrats, you can boo if you want. But who do we got? Who do we got that can beat him? Who do we got? Bernie Sanders. Let me tell you something about Bernie Sanders. I like Bernie Sanders when I read him on paper. But when I see his face, I'm like, Bernie Sanders looks like my accountant when he told me I was broke. That's exactly what his face looks like. David! It's not even January. This nigga's already had a heart attack. This is going to be very bad for him. A lot of my friends like Mayor Pete Buttigieg. I gotta say, Pete Buttigieg is a funny name for a gay fella. That's all. Some of my friends are afraid that Pete Buttigieg can't win because he's gay. I fear that he can't win because he's not gay enough. Just doesn't do it for me. I want one of them head wiggling niggas. That's what I need in my White House. I would vote for this shit. Pete Buttigieg is what I call millennial gay. He's one of these new gays. I'm not too fond of the newer gays. The other night we was in Durham. It's the first night in town. Okay, so after the show, we were trying to find something to do. We ended up going to this club called the Pit Hook. And I guess it was like a special event. There was a lesbian gal who was the bouncer. And the special event was some kind of transgender organization. It's like all these transgenders in there. And me, Dave Chappelle, happened to walk up there. Of all the places in all the world, and here I come. And I promised myself, I was like, no more transgender jokes. That's what I said to myself. But when I walked up there, I was like, well, clearly that's not gonna work. I couldn't wait to get inside. And the bouncer, the lesbian lady says, well, Dave Chappelle doesn't like us, so he can't come in. I said, you fucking faggot. No, I'm kidding, I didn't say that. I was shocked. That's the millennial gays for you. That's how petty those new school homosexuals are. I miss their predecessors, the old ones. Them Freddie Mercury mustache having motherfuckers. Them the gays I miss. You know what I mean? Them glory hole niggas, them the ones I respected. Take a lot of courage to be on either side of that hole. Them niggas just be doing it. I miss those Stonewall gays. You know, these new millennial gays, they go to the gay pride march and everybody cheers them on. Yay, you're gay. Not them Stonewall niggas. The Stonewall niggas used to get spit on. People be calling all kinds of names, and them motherfuckers just put baby oil all over their bodies and smashed them booty shorts on and got up on that float and did what the fuck they had to do. I saw them niggas from the street, I was like, I respect these niggas. That gay pride parade was the smartest protest I've ever seen. I wish black people thought of that. If slaves had baby oil and booty shorts, we could have been free 100 years sooner. Yeah, we miss the old gays. You know, I did my last special, and then if you watch it all the way to the end, there's like another little special. And in that little special, I talked about this transgender superfan I have named Daphne. Daphne lives in San Francisco. Now, a few months ago, we was in San Francisco. Yeah! Woo! And it's Daphne's dream to be a comedian. I knew that, so I called her. I said, Daphne, I'm in your city, and I don't have an opening act. I said, would you like to come and open the show? And she'd only done stand-up comedy 8 times in her life. She was brave. She said, fuck yeah, I'll do it. And she showed up, and she got on that stage courageously and bombed terribly. But it wasn't bad, you know what I mean? It was the kind of bomb a comedian respects. She didn't bomb because she was bad. She bombed because the crowd wasn't ready. And then I went on after her and was like fucking killing it. But it's like a small room. And Daphne was in the audience, and she starts talking to me while I'm on stage, which doesn't bother me at all. I know her. The crowd didn't know her, and I knew her so well. They started getting mad. Her hair was dyed blonde, and a guy in the back stood up and heckled her. He said, Daphne, does the carpet match the drapes? And Daphne said, without missing a beat, I have hardwood floors. It's pretty fucking good. After she said that shit, the crowd loved her. And she kept talking to me, and I kept talking to her. And that night, when I was on stage, Daphne and I had one of the most important conversations in America. We just spoke open and honestly about all that trans shit. And I told her, Daphne, I love you to death. I have no fucking idea what you're trying to describe. And she said, David, I don't need you to understand me. I just need you to believe that I'm having a human experience. Yeah, it was really poignant. It was a really great night. 6 days after that, Daphne took her own life. Yeah, she killed herself. I was very mad at her for doing it, but I understood. And she is survived by a daughter. Never met her daughter because her daughter's very young, but I set aside some money for her daughter. And when she gets older, I'm going to give that girl that money. And by then, I'll be ready to have that conversation. Young lady, your father was a wonderful woman. So from now on, all my trans jokes are dedicated to my friend Daphne. Because Daphne knew what I was doing. I never said trans people were bad, and I never said trans people were wrong. I just think that they're hilarious. I'm sorry. And Daphne understood that my problem was never with transgender people. My problem has always been with white people. Anybody who's been watching me knows that's true. I've been arguing with these whites for years. Just when I thought I had the upper hand, they changed all the rules. Oh yeah? Well, I'm a girl now, nigger, and you must treat me as such. It's so fucking unfair. I don't know how women are handling that. Some women don't. Have you ever heard the phrase TERF? Do you know what a TERF is? It's an acronym. It means trans-exclusive radical feminist. It's a type of feminism. These women can't stand transgenders. They don't hate them, but they look at trans people like black people look at blackface people. It's offensive. Like, oh, this nigga's doing an impression of me. I understand. Shit. If I was a woman, I'd be mad as fuck. Caitlyn Jenner got voted Woman of the Year. Her first year as a woman. She beat every bitch in this room. She's better than all of you. Never even had a period. I'd be mad as shit. Could you imagine? That'd be like me at the BET Awards. It'd be like, and the winner for Nigger of the Year, Eminem. trans activist was like, Dave Chappelle has gone too far. No, it's you. You went too far. I was playing a new version of Mortal Kombat and beat the shit out of Scorpion. That nigga was wobbling like this, and the voice came on and said, finish they. About a year ago, there was a mixed martial arts match, professional fight, unprecedented, never happened before. It was a fight with a trans woman versus what we used to call back in the old days, a woman. It's a pretty shocking fight. Can't believe that an athletic body would sanction such a bout, and yet it happened. And normally, I don't gamble. You better believe, nigga, everything. The house, the kids' college, everything. Everything on that trans woman to win. Well, I'm still rich, aren't I? That trans woman beat the brakes off that regular bitch. Broke bones in her face, everything. From the first bell, I was at the TV screaming, stop the fight! Beat the shit out of her. And the next day, this transphobic ass media starts blaming the trans woman for winning the fight, breaking bones in that regular bitch's face. But we know the truth. I want to be politically correct too. But goddamn it, that was that regular one's fault, bitch. That was dangerous. You know what the fuck it is. You know what it is. You're fucking crazy. You're gonna get yourself killed. If I put some lipstick on Mike Tyson, you wanna fight him too, bitch? What are you doing? What are you doing? 2 weeks later, I can't make this up. 2 weeks later, it's a professional boxing match. It's trans man versus the man. All right, audience, you're at the window. Place your bets. This one was harder. I had to look at pictures first. When I saw them pictures, I was all in. Everything on this trans man. My wife said, don't do it, David. I said, shut up, bitch. I know. Sure enough, the trans man prevailed. That motherfucker knocked that regular man out inside of the first round. And the guy that he knocked out was Mexican. You know how they are. That motherfucker can never go home. Ever. My wife was shocked. She said, David, how did you know that trans man was going to win? I said, elementary. Now look at this picture. Common denominator is testosterone. Whoever has the most testosterone will always win. And I saw that picture, that trans man. That motherfucker had a full beard. This nigga looked like Most Def. You know how much testosterone you have to put in a bitch for her to grow a full beard? A trans man, that can fool you fellas. I saw one on television. You'd have never known this was once a woman. It was a trans man, but the motherfucker had only finished half of the surgery. The top half. From his waist up, was just all nigga. Like, shoulders was broad, beard, mustache, everything. And voice was all deep. Hey, how you doing? Like, all that shit. But when that nigga stood up from the desk, he was like, yo, my man. Them some beautiful hips, nigga. Where you get them from? So the man decides he wants to have children. Now his wife is a regular woman. You know how lazy regular women are. That bitch made him have the baby. He was working and he had the baby. He was like, well, when I first found out I was pregnant, it was important to me that I worked throughout my entire pregnancy. I did. I worked the first 8.5 months. And then nigga goes, and no one at my job was any the wiser. I give the rest of us some credit. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you on the job and one of the fellas starts gaining weight, you're not just gonna be like, yo, Frank, what's going on? Like, are you pregnant, nigga? What's going on? I'm not gonna guess this. Apparently, somebody found out. And whoever found out told a bunch of people, and then the niggas started getting like death threats. Like at one point, he brings Diane Sawyer into his study. It's like, I want you to hear something. And he presses play on his answering machine. It's fucked up, man. It's like one just terrible message after another. Real mean shit. Like, I hope you die, and I hope your baby dies. Really, really fucked up. It made me feel bad. Not just that the messages were so bad, but I was upset that this nigga still has an answering machine. I mean, what the fuck? Who is this guy? How is your phone so far in the past and your body's all the way in the future? They're like, who are you? But I don't need to tell y'all nothing about trans, because this is North Carolina. That's right, the trans-hating capital of the world. Nobody hates trans more than you guys. Yeah, I said it. You're the ones with that bathroom law. I said that when they wouldn't let me into that transgender party at Pit Hook. I go, I can't come in. They were like, no, Dave Chappelle, you can't. I said, man, you use the bathroom? They said, oh, that's fucked up. North Carolina's bathroom law says a person in North Carolina must use the restroom that corresponds with the gender they will assign on their birth certificate. Yeah, I know. I don't care what you think, but that's not fair. No American should have to present a birth certificate to take a shit at Walmart in Greensboro. That's like fucking crazy. And a thinking person has to ask themselves, who is a law like this designed to protect? Imagine it was me. Let's say they're protecting me, transphobic Dave Chappelle. And there I am at Walmart in Greensboro doing some shopping. I should tell you, if this ever happens in real life, just know that my dreams didn't work out. I made way too much money to ever be seen in Walmart again. But let's say something goes wrong. There I am in Walmart, rummaging around all that bullshit. to use the bathroom, so I excuse myself. I'll be right back, family. I'm going to the restroom. And then I go to the men's room, and I'm standing at the urinal. And this is what your law is going to do. Here I am at the urinal. And then suddenly, a woman walks into the men's room. That's weird. And then she stands shoulder to shoulder at the urinal with me. Ugh, bitch, what's going on? And she hikes her skirt up and pulls a real live, meaty dick out. What do you think I'm gonna say? Thank God she's in here with me. At least now I know my family's safe. Fuck no! I'm gonna be very uncomfortable. That's me. I would feel better if it was a man with a vagina. It backed up to the urinal next to me. It's weird, but my mind would just be like, that's funny. This guy is peeing out of his butt for some reason. Oh my God, he must be a veteran. Thank you for your service. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one in 2020. I don't know how this shit's gonna work out. How old are you, fella? You're 40. You're around my age. It's a tough time to be a black fella, isn't it? Miss, you have no idea what kind of things this guy's contemplating. Because I know you guys love each other and everything, but my wife's Asian. We go through it too. Never ask a black dude what he's thinking. My wife had to learn that. What's she thinking about? Death, bitch! Death! In many different forms and surprising ways. Nowadays, we like Civil War niggas. People don't understand what that means. But that's what it's like watching all this impeachment shit and all. Like, yo, it's like the Civil War all over again. Yeah, you can say fuck Trump, but this Trump is not, I'm telling you, he's an important motherfucker in the sense that he's letting us see who we are. You gotta pay attention. This motherfucker, I see it. This is a very bad time. You should always ask the blacks. Like, there's a lot of newly woke people. Black people in this country have never gotten as much as a nap in this bitch. We stay woke, and now all these white people are waking up, and you sound like a fucking crying baby. Like, go back to sleep, nigga. You're making me crazy. That's why I say it's like the Civil War. In the Civil War, the first thing that both sides agreed on was what? This is white man's war. You know, they were fighting about slavery and all that other shit. It was a white man's war until they started losing. When the North started losing, that's when Lincoln freed the slaves. You best believe that shit was tactical as much as anything else. And Robert E. Lee, who was the general of the Northern Virginian Army, said that any black person that fights for the Confederacy will get their freedom at the end of the war. Black people signed up for both armies. Just know, on both sides, we don't give a fuck who wins. We just want to be free. Same way y'all always talk about, we want to be free the same way. I hate both sides of this argument. These are two terrible choices. I either gotta live in fucking MAGA country or faggot land. Like, fuck both these places. Now everybody's losing their fucking minds. I was my son. A white lady's following me to my car. How often is it that white women follow black dudes like this? She's an older white woman, so she was walking kind of slow. To be honest with you, this bitch was probably around my age. She looked terrible. And I opened my car door, and she just said my name. David Chappelle. Just like that. No hello, no nothing. I said, hello. And she goes, I watched your special. Uh-oh, no compliments. This is going to be bad. And she said, I feel like you hate women. I said, well, you know, miss, it's art. You can interpret it however you like, but I can tell you as the artist that I don't believe that I feel that way at all. And she said, well, I think, and I said, miss, please, shut the fuck up. I asked her, I said, how did you see my show? Did you buy a ticket to a concert I did? Did you watch me on Netflix? Or did I follow you to your car and do my act, bitch? Don't get it. When they first started impeaching Trump, you remember what Donald Trump tweeted? Donald Trump tweeted, he said, if they impeach me, it will cause a fracture in this nation of civil war proportions. I was shocked. A civil war? Now? Well, what are the teams? I just picture myself in Durham with the AK-47. Dave, where you going? Going to Pinhooks to get reinforcements. Me and my transgender hit squad. Shooting them guns, all you can see is in Teddy's mouth. Get down, David. Thank you, Cinnamon. I had to get an order of protection. Didn't even know what that was. But this guy kept coming to my house, come up to my gate, start screaming, nigger, nigger. And my wife came into the study and was like, David, I think somebody's looking for you. By the time I got outside, he was gone. He kept doing it. Every day I'd be doing some normal shit, folding some laundry, I hear him in the distance. Nigger! I grabbed my car keys. It was the keys to a Porsche 911 Carrera. The top was down. It was kind of a hot day. Speed down the driveway, he's gone. I make a left, and I see the motherfucker. White fella. Hot day, he had no shirt on. He was just understandable. Covered in tattoos on his upper body. Cargo shorts, white socks, pulled all the way up his calves. I don't know if you know the kind of person I'm describing, but these types of whites spend enormous amounts of time in jail. And I was in my car. I slow rolled on him. Like the same way the police do black people. That's how I did this guy. And I had my camera phone, and I just took his picture. And he freaked out. What do you take my picture for, nigger? I said, so I can send it to my goons. And he said, what goons? I go, oh, you'll see. And he started barking on me, and I was barking on him. And unbeknownst to both of us, my wife had gotten in her car and was following us. It's a good thing that motherfucker didn't make no crazy moves, because she would have ran his ass over. Not because she's a gangster, but she's Asian. She's a shitty driver. She was probably texting texting the whole time this was happening. That's how she drives. Meanwhile, me and him, the fight kept escalating. And as it escalates, I have this like moment of clarity where it just hit me like, yo, I am 46. I want to fight this motherfucker. I was having a great Saturday. I got really calm. He's still yelling at me, And I say, as he's yelling at me, real calm, I go, yo, my man, what's your name? And he looked confused, but his mouth was still yelling. I don't know what he was saying. I wasn't listening. I was real calm. I go, yo, what's your name? And he's still yelling at me, but just by me saying that, the shit he's yelling, he's mad, but the thing is, they're like insults, but they sound nice. You know what I mean? He said, fuck you, Dave Chappelle, and your fucking beautiful house and that fancy car, those big muscles. I said, ugh, nigga, what are you talking about? Just then the police pulled up. Both of us pointed at each other. Arrest that man. The police separate us. And the police tell me, they say, Mr. Chappelle, we can't arrest him. We didn't see him at your house. If anything, we would arrest you because clearly you're following him up the street. I said, for a reason, motherfucker. Look at that white person. I don't need anything from him. And the police knew I was right, but there was nothing they could do. So the cop says, listen, I'm going to give you something. He hands me a pamphlet. The pamphlet says, how to file an order of protection. And I said, well, I'll look into it, officer. Thank you. And he said, no problem, Mr. Chappelle. As soon as he left, I threw that fucking pamphlet in the trash. That pamphlet is clearly for poor people. Yes! Then I called my lawyer. I said, Frank, I need an order of protection. That's how that gets done. Yes! 2 days later, I got to appear in domestic court. That's where they file orders of protection. Turns out, not many men need that kind of help. I was the only man in the whole waiting room. The waiting room was packed. It was just me and a bunch of women with black eyes. And the guy that was coming to my house, it turns out, had a very extensive rap sheet. So the lawyer granted me what she called an emergency order of protection, which means that that guy does not have to appear in court. Fuck it, we just gonna keep him away from you. I was like, deal. I was very happy. And then she gave me the order of protection. Turns out, it was a piece of paper. I thought it was gonna be actual help. But this nigga shows up, I got to pull that paper out. Halt! By order of the magistrate of Greene County. I'm a fucking dead man. And the police officer saw I was bummed out. He goes, don't worry about that, Mr. Chappelle. Doesn't seem like much, but that's something. If he comes to your house now, we can arrest him. If he comes near you or anyone in your family, we can arrest him. I go, oh, that's great news. And then the cop said under his breath, or you could kill him. I said, what? No, man, I went back to the judge like, Your Honor, clearly this man that's stalking me is sick on drugs, and he's probably mentally ill. If he's willing to get the help that he obviously needs, then I'd be willing to financially facilitate that. But I told the judge, I said, you must never tell him that it was me. Can't do that. Otherwise, every white person without health insurance is going to be coming by the house. Come on out here, nigger. Trying to get transgender surgery. Fuck these people. Anybody that points their finger in your face, anybody that's doing this, I promise you, a person like that has done something that they have not forgiven themselves for. For real. They do that. They like to find faults in other people so that they can feel better about the poor choices that they've made. I don't know what they did. I just know everybody did something. So forgive yourself. It's not that hard to forgive yourself. I do it all the time. It's easy. I make mistakes like everybody else, and I cry about it for a day and a night at the most. The next day, I will put my feet back on the floor, and I will stand up like a man, and I will walk over to that mirror, and I will look myself in the eyes and say sincerely from the bottom of my heart, "Oops," and I keep it moving. It is not that hard. Is that your wife, fella? How long have you been married? 10 years. Man, good for you. I've been married for 20 years. You want to know how I do it? This is not funny, but it's true. 3 rules. First thing I do is I don't count favors and I don't count injuries. I don't count. Second thing, every day you got to remind yourself you are there because you want to be there. And if you're there for any other reason, I will give you that pamphlet that I threw in the trash. Probably need an order of protection. And the third thing I do that keeps my marriage very strong is I cheat. Whoops. Better men than me have cheated. Tiger Woods cheats. I remember when he did it. I remember what the media said, "How could you, Tiger Woods? How could you cheat on your wife?" But real niggas knew, probably because he has $1 billion. A fella with $1 billion can say things that the rest of us can't. Shit like, "Go on, take a helicopter ride and clear your head, bitch. We'll talk about it after that." A regular fella, in his wildest fantasies, would be like, "I wonder what it's like to have sex with 2 women." Tiger Woods would be like, "I wonder what it'd be like to have sex with 2 women. At the zoo. I want a giraffe to bend all the way down and lick my balls. And then start licking on my asshole. Slow, long giraffe licks. And then I want a crocodile to bite down on my nuts. Not hard, just with enough bite pressure for it to be exciting. Like I can feel the danger." You got $1 billion, you can do all that shit. You want to know what's weird about being a cheater? I do all the cheating, and I'm the jealous one. It's ridiculous. My wife doesn't have a jealous bone in her body. I come home sometimes 4 or 5 in the morning. She sleeps soundly. I gotta wake her up. Get up. Wake up, bitch. It is 4:30. I just walked in the door. And I'm drunk. And she just pulls the covers over. "David, I'm trying to get some sleep." One night, I was coming home from the club late, 4 o'clock in the morning, which is when the fish market opens. So I stopped by the fish market on my way home, bought a pound of mackerel, rubbed it all over my dick. Yeah, I went back in the house. I said, "Wake up! Wake up, baby, and smell this dick of sin. She said, David, did you rub mackerel all over your dick? I forgot she's Asian. She knows the fish. Then I got paranoid. You know what I mean? I was like, well, she doesn't care. She must be cheating on me. I had to know. I don't feel proud about this, bro, but I waited till she fell asleep and I stole her phone. She got an iPhone 11, so I knew how to unlock it. I do be writing some wild jokes, bro. I wrote a joke the other day. I almost did it tonight, and I was like, fuck that shit. It's not ready yet.
It's ready!
All right, the joke goes like this. But I'm not gonna like do it all out, but it's just like, the joke I say, what if pussy itself was gay? It's a long story, but I go through like, you know what I mean? Like, I met my wife all these years ago, then we get married, and then like through the years, every few years, I meet another person coming out of her pussy like that. Like these kids start coming, and all these kids keep falling out of the pussy, and I'm like, where are these people coming from? Like, they weren't in her pussy when I met her. Yet here they all are. It made me think, what if pussy was like a doorway to another world? Like another dimension, like Narnia. And you put your dick in there and you be like, oh, this is wonderful, it feels so good. You don't know that your dick is coming out in a whole nother universe. And on the other side, it pops out of a glory hole in Narnia and it's a gay dude sucking. Like, would you still do it? Like, if pussy was gay, would you still do it? First I was afraid, I was petrified. Pete Buttigieg should walk out to that shit. I whisper. You might win, I don't know.
Hey, yo,
I like Andrew Yang. Yang.
Yeah.
Only thing working against them is it's Chinese. It's not that. Final the whites. We're gonna have a problem with that. Huh? Chinese people not buying DVDs. That's right. I did say that. That's why I don't endorse them publicly, because they're gonna be using my jokes against them. This is what Dave Chappelle said about Andrew Yang. So cut to me from Sticks and Stones. Hey everybody, I'm Chinese. My shit was like, you ever see that show Cheaters? Cheaters is like a show. If you expect or suspect that your significant other's being unfaithful to you, you're gonna call the show Cheaters. And it's usually a woman that calls. She does like a confession in the beginning. Hi, dear cheaters. Every day, my husband goes jogging for 2 hours, He's been doing this for a year, but he's still fat. Help me, cheaters. And this show will do like a full-on investigation, like FBI proportions, or just a regular motherfucker is so wrong. You know, you think they don't know. There'd be helicopters and shit following him. You don't know. He'd just be out doing shit. But how you watch the show depends on who you are. If you've been cheated on, you'd be watching like, get that cheater, cheaters. But if you cheat, you watch like, watch out, cheater! Don't fuck her in front of the alarm clock. There's a camera in there. And at the end of it all, the host, Joey Greco, comes out. Joey Greco, he seems like he's enjoying it, but he always says he's sorry. He'll be like, all right, we've completed our investigation. We have some information for you. Are you ready to see what Cheaters has to show you? And the girl always thinks she's ready. I'm ready. They always buckle by day 6. This is an abbreviated version of this joke, but it's funny. Day 6 of our investigation. Here they are on a date. As you can see, they're driving your car. I am so sorry. They pull up to a local Chili's. The girl's like, Chili's? That motherfucker never took me to Chili's. That's funny, he seems to know everybody. So see him being greeted as he walks in the door. He buys everyone at the bar a round of drinks. With your credit card, I am so sorry. Here they are a couple hours later, leaving Chili's. He gives her your car keys. She gets in the driver's seat, adjusts the seat in the mirrors so that your car is completely comfortable for her. He's in the passenger seat. Here. Do you see? She's sucking his dick. I'm going to fast forward. This goes on for some time. Sucking. Here it is. Here, I'm going to play this part in slow motion so you can see it. Okay, here, see? Suddenly, he pulls his penis out of her mouth and he ejaculates. And it lands on a picture of your kids. I'm sorry. I only got 2 more specials I gotta do. I got all my money tied up in Bitcoin. I'm just kidding. Every time one of the white dudes come up, Dave, have you heard of Bitcoin? Get the fuck away from me. Get your incel ass away from me. I'm sorry that them gay people kicked me out of that club. But I understand why they did it. And if you have a friend in the trans community, let the niggas know. I will never run that back. They are welcome at any show I do or anything I do. Not just because they're trans. Okay. You know what I mean? You say what, fellow? They didn't want me to come in there because they felt like they didn't like me. But They're immature people. And their power far exceeds their experience. So they're running what I like to call a punitive movement. I don't even think it was a punitive movement. I think it was a punitive moment. I don't think it's indicative of all transgenders. I just think that this particular person had a position of power and they could give it to me, so they gave it to me. And I wasn't mad at her at all. She's an Asian lesbian. My wife's an Asian lesbian. I'm just kidding. My wife thinks that joke was funny, by the way. I said it to her first. Actually, I said that to the bouncer. I say weird shit when I meet people. Like I went to a party the other night, and Kanye was there, and we was talking, and he introduced me to Brad Pitt. I had never met Brad Pitt before. And Kanye's like, "Dave, this is Brad." And I shake his hand. I'm like, "Good to meet you, Mr. Pitt." I go, "I sure would like to smell your finger, sir." He said, "What?" I did say that. Neil Brennan, who I used to write Chappelle show with, Neil Brennan reminded me of a text message I sent to him. I texted him right after I saw the movie 12 Years a Slave. And I said, "Neil, do you think slaves beat their kids?" Or like in my special, a lot of people got mad about it, but one person that I'm not mad that they were mad was Dream Hampton. You know who Dream Hampton is? Dream Hampton made that documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. And she had claimed in an interview that she asked me to be in it, and I said it was too hot for TV. So when I did my special, I was like, "Yo, I did not say that shit. I don't even talk like that." But the funny part about that is, I did say that. That's exactly what I said. And then when the shit came out, Dream was on Twitter like, he misquoted me and all this other shit. And I was confused, like, why don't you just tell him I'm lying? She never told on me. I thought that was funny. That's why I love her. And I hope she forgives me. But if she doesn't, keep it moving. Dream's a black feminist, which is not the same as being a white feminist. That's why I don't fuck with the Me Too movement. And when I did my special Bird Revelation, what did they say? He's tone deaf. Boobity boobity boo, whatever they said. But ladies, I wasn't saying those things to be mean. I was trying to give you the keys. I just got done fighting the same monster. I just hate the monster for different reasons than you. You hate the monster for how it fucks, and I hate it for how it eats. And I was trying to tell you, and you guys wasn't listening. And look what happened today. You see what happened? Harvey Weinstein settled with all his accusers. Cost him $25 million. Right. He won't pay a dime. His insurance will cover all of it. What did I say? Told you that shit wouldn't work. Right. I try to support you ladies, but that movement is dumb.
Okay, best joke ever in your life.
It's true. The Me Too movement is not smart because it's not changing the system. It's just changing the people in the system. You might as well have a whole movement about getting raped by different people. As long as there's gatekeepers, dicks is coming out. I'm just trying to tell them what it is. But I still was trying to show support. I was going to go to the Women's March, but none of my friends would go with me, so I called my black friend, Ange. Ange is a black woman. She's a comedy writer. She's the only woman I know personally that pays her ex-husband alimony. I texted her. I said, Angie, are you going to go to the Women's March? And you know what she texted me back? She said, I hope those white bitches get tear gas. Go all the way to the beginning of the women's movement as we know it. Susan B. Anthony, Seneca Falls, all the women gathered, and Sojourner Truth's black ass just showed up. And them white ladies asked Sojourner Truth not to speak because she was a slave. Sojourner Truth said, I'm speaking anyway. Very famous speech where she said, am I not a woman? And what she was telling these white women is, you were fighting to have equal rights with your men. But if I have equal rights with my men, I still have no rights. These black women cannot be free until their men are free, which is why Dream didn't tell on me. And I'm not saying this to disparage white women, I'm just saying we all have a headache. You know what I think this women's movement really needs? Feminist movement needs to be successful? A male leader, and I'll do it. I'm just kidding. Ladies, you're doing fine. Not kidding, because I'm really mad that nothing's happening to Harvey Weinstein. Bill Cosby's doing push-ups as we speak. Some fucking mafia shit. Wish they would just admit it. You know what I mean? No, because every time I be saying these jokes, like if I say something about LGBTQ, them niggas say, stop punching down on us. Like, oh, shut the fuck up. I can't punch down on you. You're white people. To you in North Carolina, it sounds like I'm picking on gay people. But in Hollywood, trust me, gays are strong, nigga. I'm taking enormous chances. But they lie to you guys and act like I'm the bully. Shut the fuck up. It's just like, you know, Harvey Weinstein should be in jail like everybody else.
Yep.
But you already know the game. Donnell, my opening act, Donnell, right when that Harvey Weinstein shit happened, go look it up on TMZ. This motherfucker is crazy. We was doing it. We was at a club, hanging out. Donnell would get drunk in LA and then go outside and do TMZ interviews. Donnell was fucked up. They said, Donnell, do you think Harvey Weinstein will ever work again? And Donnell said, of course, he's a Stein. And the guy was shocked, and then Donnell said, 𝐃𝐚𝐯 clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Next day he got sober and called me up like, I think my career's over, son. He's the only one who said it, but come on, man. If they was black, it'd be a gang. If they was Italians, it'd be a mob. But when they Jews in Hollywood, it's a coincidence, nigga. It's maddening. It's maddening. Things happen. But Harvey Weinstein's gonna go free because they're gonna change Hollywood. They're gonna get all these dirty, rotten motherfuckers out, and he's just the fall guy. I'm telling you, I bet you they told him before it even happened, Harvey, you gotta take one for the team. Like the mob. Fuck these niggas. And all you women who fuck with that Me Too movement, I know you're right, but here's the thing. I know you don't control that movement. You ladies think that you have a gun, and I'm trying to tell you, you are the gun. And all you're watching is powerful men have a shootout with errant bitches they fucked. Sorry about that. I thought it was a comedy show. I just... I be up here talking shit, but I'm not wrong. I'm trying to help you motherfuckers. But you don't have to believe me. You know what they say to niggas? Who believe you anyway? Maybe nobody. But I'll tell you. We'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you very much, Asheville. Good night.